All right, I have a confession to make. When I was in middle school, I wanted to be a skateboarder so bad. And I had all the gear, I had all the trucks, I had all the baggy jeans, but I lacked the coordination to be any good at all. So I've got here the Meepo Flow. It's about a $650 skateboard. Is it any good? And will it give me the same sort of thrill I was hoping to get way back in middle school? Keep on watching our honest review to find out more. All right, this is the Meepo Flow. It is a beginner longboard that's also electric. It is really just a lot of fun. Just to be completely honest with you, I'll show you it here a little bit more in just a second, but it's got a great classic design of a longboard you can see here. But here is where the magic happens. Power it on by just hitting this button. Turns blue. This is the remote. A little bit different than some other kinds of electric skateboard type things that you may have seen in the past. This is a dual belt drive motor. It has this fancy little remote with little strap you can put on there. Simply push this little wheel forward and it will go. Another thing I didn't know about these kind of electric skateboards is it also has a brake. So if you're going, brake. You can actually brake. So if you're going downhill, you don't have to worry about just being like, just going and not be able to stop without jumping off. Has a really strong brake. Has 4 levels of pedal assist. Now you saw 1, simply hit this button and it goes to 2. You can see a difference even there. Here is 3. Whoa. And 4. That's pretty freaking cool, isn't it? Let's get this back down to 1. I'm gonna show you a little bit just how braking works here, okay? So, of course you can start on it just like you would a normal skateboard, and I'm just gonna show you this. But you simply go forward, this is pedal assist level 1, but then it brakes. And if I let go of the brake, it actually will keep on sliding downhill, but I can brake and it works just like that. That is pretty slick. All right, now let me show you just a little bit about how this actually works. I recommend starting out on pedal assist level 1 for very obvious reasons, as you saw how fast it goes. You can simply step on it. Please do not judge me by my techniques here. Once again, I tried skateboarding in middle school, but I was terrible. But you can simply just get going, like I do here, and then just hit forward. Woo! Woo, little doggies. Yeah. Woo. Pretty cool. Woo, woo, woo. And you can brake, obviously. I will say when I first, oh shoot, that sucks. It's okay. Now, to be honest with you, I do a lot of my videos with this selfie stick, but as you can see, having a selfie stick and a controller, is the wrong hand, and keeping my balance is gonna be a bit difficult. So I'm gonna try just recording these with my Meta glasses here, and let's see how it goes. And hopefully my camera won't fall down like it did in the very beginning when I was testing this whole thing out. Let's go take this for a spin. All right, getting on the board is really easy. You make sure this is set to pedal assist level 1 and it's going the right way. So when you push up like this, it goes, and we pull back, it brakes. I like to get on the board, give it a couple pushes, and jump on like this. And then very carefully, just slowly hit this. And you get rocking and rolling. Pretty cool, huh? And then I am a big fan of just pedal, or I mean not pedal, I always say pedal assist because I'm so used to e-bikes. I'm a big fan of just using 1 because this is just using the actual gravity of going downhill. But it gets a little crazy after level 1. Let's keep going. And then you can very carefully kind of push backwards so you don't just jolt. You do that too fast. Bunch of beads. But if you hit this too fast, it will kind of jolt you forward. But I like to give it just a little bit. See if you barely move this at all here to get it go down to stop. And it does have regenerative braking, which means it charges a little bit when you're braking. It's pretty cool, huh? Let's keep going. Now, when I first got this, I thought, man,
I must be not a very good skateboarder because I would turn a little bit or put, force it, forward or backwards, and it wouldn't move. So I had to lighten up the truck just a little bit, loosen them up a little bit, which is really easy to do. Just turn it over. But I like going this on mostly straight stuff. Let's go and show you how fast I can get this going. I think this is in miles per hour. Yep. And this is once again in level 1. 9 jet. And I don't like to build a lot more 10 because I'm not the most coordinated person. But there's 6. Nice little clip there. Woohoo! I've always wanted to test out an electric skateboard, and I'm so glad that I was able to. It is a lot of fun. It's got these big wheels on it that it really handles a lot of things that I've thrown at it, like some state party or anything. They do make some really cool off-roading skateboards, which are pretty cool too. Nice open road is where this thing really does shine. Let's talk about range real quick. Meepo says this goes 24 miles an hour. Has a range about, I think it's 25 miles. I'll put the exact specs that it says on here. But I would hope to get about 15 or so in real life conditions. Obviously, it depends upon how heavy you are, how much uphill versus downhill you're going, the weather conditions, all that kind of fun stuff, how fast you're going. I expect to get about 15, 20 miles out of this bad boy. Goodness, this is a pickler place coming up here. It's pretty cool. Pickleball. Still never played. I would say it's for anyone that is like me and wanted to ride a skateboard when they were a kid, but just couldn't get it down. It's a lot of coordination to push and push. And I also have a one wheel, which I will talk about more here at the very end. But a one wheel is a lot more expensive. It's like double the price. And this is a lot easier to learn. I would say there's less to learn in general than a one wheel, but it's a lot of fun. And I also feel like it's a lot safer than a one wheel. I've got a lot of electric bikes, and sometimes I just want something nice and easy. I'll actually take this to the pool, put a backpack on, ride to the pool, and pretty fun. I also like that you can limit how fast it goes through the different levels of pedal assist. It's pretty sweet. But if you're someone that wants to, do a little bit of a commute and I don't know, maybe a couple of miles, this would be a great way to do it. I wouldn't mind doing this if I had a straight shot. As you've seen in my Radster Road review, I do not have a very straight shot. Okay, here's the first time it's actually struggling to get uphill, but it just takes a little bit, as you can see here. I'm going as full up all the way, going 9 miles an hour. And once again, I'm just a little bit scared of taking this out of one because I am not that coordinated. Let me talk about the two things I do not like about this. One is the screen, which here you can see in the shade. You can read pretty well. I have not been doing anything crazy with this, like putting it through a wood chipper, but it sure looks like it's a little scratched up on the screen. Not a big deal, because really once you get it set to one pedal assist level, you're only going to use pretty much that pedal assist level. This can be a little finicky. That's a pretty wild difference. Also, I believe if you hit this button twice, it will go the opposite direction. Is that right? Whoops. No, what button is that? There it is. It'll go the opposite direction, which is interesting. I don't know why you would want that, but that's an option there. Big B. And I just don't like how scraped up the screen looks. I haven't done anything crazy with it. Just been, riding in my car with it. It's about the only time I moved it. And it's just kind of scratched up. Looks like a, original iPod. It gets all scratched up there. Only other thing I did not care for on this was, one of the things I mentioned earlier, how tight the trucks were, but simply adjust these and you'll get a lot looser of trucks. It makes it easier to turn. I do struggle with turning on even like this kind of corner. Like, let's see if I can do it now. Oop. Can't do it very well there. Under $700. This is kind of a gateway drug into the electrical world of non-e-bikes. A lot like the one wheel. I'm going to tease you here, and I got a full comparison coming soon here, and I gotta tell you, that one wheel is something something crazy that it's good and bad that it feels like it can and would kill you. But it's a lot of fun. This is a lot on the lighter side. If you're looking for something to just help give you an excuse to get outside more, check out the Meepo Flow. I'm glad that I did. And it's just a ton of fun to ride. I mean, seriously, who can not have a smile on their face going 11 miles an hour just down the street on an electric board? That is pretty cool. If you have any questions or comments, let us know below. And we'll see you again real soon.